It's time for Teen Mom Trash Talk with Tracey and Noelle.
Hello and welcome to Teen Mom Trash Talk. This is episode 304. I am your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo. I'm joined by my lovely co-host. She's beautiful. She's funny. She's a comedian, Noelle Winters.
That's me. Hello.
That was a nice little intro, right?
That was a nice.
I'm using a new camera. If you guys can't tell, I'm using a new camera. I haven't really got the position down yet.
I think I got used to it.
You got used to it, but I don't know if they're gonna get used to it. But we also have to I have to fix it somehow.
Yeah, well, you look good.
No, you look good.
You look good.
Thank you. I do look better than you.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about Teen Mom 2 Season 3, Episode 9. But before we get into that, we have really exciting news. If you guys haven't heard, we have a brand new podcast. It's available exclusively on our Patreon. It's called So Pumped,
A Vanderpump Rules podcast.
and I am watching it for the first time. Noelle is a veteran Vanderpump Rules fan, and she's teaching me as we go along.
Yeah, I'm showing you the ropes of VPR.
We're going to be on episode 3 now. So go over to patreon.com/trash talk podcast and join at the super duper level and above for access to So Pumped. You know how many times I try to get you to say it with me? I can't even tell you.
What?
I'll be
So
like,
pumped?
it's called. And then you're like,
Yeah, like I don't take cues.
I see that. Let's try it one more time.
Okay.
It's called So Pumped. No, see, she doesn't. She's like, I can't say what she is.
I'll do it.
No, I don't believe you.
No, you know what? This time I'm not even playing Boy Who Cried Wolf. I'm gonna do it.
Okay. It's called So Pumped. You have like a delay in your brain.
No, let me tell you something. Every time I go to sing or say something, you're singing off, and you think I'm singing off, and it's our delay somehow. Because I can promise you, I know how to say so.
We're gonna
pumped
do it in
rhythmic. We're gonna do it in person. Okay.
We're gonna do it in person.
Okay. Yes, we're gonna do it in person. We're gonna scissor to So Pumped.
Noelle, I don't want to make
a
a suction cup.
I showed you a very good tattoo yesterday, though. Speaking of suction cup.
An octopus.
Mm-hmm.
Teen Mom 2 Season 3 Episode 9, disturbing episode.
Yeah, there still is a common theme of every episode, though.
Yeah, of course. That's what they do. They look at the footage.
Yep.
They put it in the order they want to put it in, and that's what happens.
It's like,
Yeah.
I didn't go to school today because I have to look for a place. I didn't go to school today because I had to look for a place. This
That's
very much so upset me.
Yeah, of course. It's terrible. It's
Yeah.
terrifying and terrible.
Yeah.
And I did not like it. Sorry, I'm just bringing up my notesy poos.
Bring up your poos.
I'm bringing up my poos and my notes, and you guys are just gonna have to deal with it.
I think they'll live.
You know,
I got a haircut. Look at how much of my hair is gone.
Hold on, let me see it. It's so much of your hair.
I know. It's like so short. I blew it out and I was like, oh my God.
That's insanity.
Yeah, it's okay.
It is okay.
What else is it gonna be? Got it. She's upset. She's crying.
I don't know. I'm scared.
I don't know.
All right. Well, I don't know you, but I love you.
I'm scared of this episode.
Yeah, it wasn't great. So I'm just saying. All right. Well, let's jump in the pool.
Let's jump in, honey.
We're gonna start off with Janelle.
Okay.
So she is not getting along with Josh. So she moved out and she calls Amber and she's like, hey, Amber, can I stay with you?
So her and Tori aren't friends anymore? I thought they made a whole thing.
Scissor?
I thought they made a scissor about not smoking together.
I don't know, but Amber and Ben, her baby daddy, husband, whatever,
right?
They have a 6-year-old baby boy named Brantley, and they are separated. So now it's just her and her 6-month-old son. So obviously, having Janelle move in would be a great help because Janelle's very, very good with kids.
Janelle swoops in at any opportunity of someone who will let her stay there.
Absolutely. She's like, what? You left your car door open?
Uh-huh. I'll come. I'll come.
So Amber wants a bigger trailer.
Okay, so that was the thing. I don't know much about it where Amber lives. I would have liked to have known more. She made it
All
like
I
it
know
was
is
a
that
shack.
It was a small trailer, I think.
Yeah.
So Janelle wants to get a 3-bedroom with Amber, and she's not smoking the pot, so that's good.
Okay, but also she's like, I want to get it. She's delusional. Like, oh, I'm gonna get a 3-bedroom so Jace can come stay over. Like when he moves in, they could share a room. Girl, you know he's not moving
You
in.
don't. That's not true. She's like, oh yeah, sure. She's like, you know what? We'll all share a bedroom with
Right.
Jace.
But that's the thing. It's like when you see Kiefer in a couple episodes, that all goes out the window. Come on. Give me a break.
It's so true. Okay, so she tells Babs that Josh was annoying.
Which I'm
And-
sure he was.
Okay, but I like this because she's like dead honest about this. Like you could say a lot of things about Janelle. She
Uh-huh.
goes, he was very annoying. I felt lonely and I just wanted a boyfriend. And it's like, thank you for telling the truth.
Finally. But you know what? If Janelle rewatched that right now, she'd be like, I didn't say that. I didn't say I've
This
never
is
been
true.
like that. I could be alone. I'm very independent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she put her stuff in storage. Now, this happened really quick. She broke up with him in the afternoon. She had her stuff in storage by the afternoon o'clock.
She also always has her stuff in storage. Where did she get a house full of furniture?
Where'd she get a dining room table?
Right. That's what she had when she moved in with Tori. And now she has it this time too. Where did she get this stuff?
I don't know.
I
It's
just
like,
think it's so weird.
were you on Facebook Marketplace looking for
Yeah.
kitchen tables?
Yeah, it's so weird.
Did she have it in her closet in her bedroom? She's like, you know what? When I move out, I'm taking this extra kitchen table.
Yeah, maybe. I used to have a microwave in my closet back in the day for when I moved out. So I got it.
That was like your dream microwave.
That was my emotional support microwave. Mhm.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
my dad got that for me in a set of pots and pans one time. I think he was trying to like tell me something, but then I tried to move out and then he was like flipped out. So you couldn't win.
What was he trying to tell you, that you're not allowed to move out? Because that's what
I-
he was always telling you with his mouth.
Right. But yet here's the stuff to move out with.
It's like, how about you move out?
I had a fucking microwave for like 6 years in my closet.
What a dirty little secret.
Yeah.
So Babs thinks that it's really good for her to move in with Amber. When has Babs really said that anything is a bad idea?
Well, no, but like she was like, "Are you sure about Josh? This, that, this,
Yeah,
that."
but then
Like
she was like, "Oh, but Janelle, this place is beautiful. Oh, this is beautiful. This
I
is
know. I guess because
stunning."
Janelle's not going to listen either way.
Right, but I'm
So it
just saying
doesn't
she
really
really lays
matter.
it on thick too.
Well, I do think that Amber is probably the best out of everyone for her to be around.
Well, we'll see. So Mike is gonna help her move again. Babs
What
is like,
else is
does that
new?
mean that I have to help you move again? She's like, well, Mike, yeah.
Right.
So she goes house hunting and she takes Jace to pretend that she's like an active mother.
Right. Jace, you could pick out your room, please. Please.
Jace, your room is with your grandmother.
You're never going to come to this house again.
No, never. Not even one
No.
time. I'm
Uh-uh.
actually never gonna come to this house again. But
No.
let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
So she's missing school to go house hunting.
Right. Of course she is.
And she finds this house, the whole house, $775 a
Mhm.
month. They just, I mean, the ease of finding an apartment. The
What do you mean?
ease. Like all of these girls go to an apartment, they're like, okay, I'll take it. And they're like, all right, here's the keys.
Right. Well, I guess they see, oh, well, they're on TV. They must make some kind of money.
Right. So Babs comes with Jace to move in with Mike.
Mhm.
And there's a baby chihuahua.
So I wrote baby chihuahua. I've never seen this dog
I wrote
before.
baby chihuahua.
That's so funny. I've never seen this dog
Literally.
before. I want to see it again.
Right.
He's
So,
always living with these random dogs.
I know. So then Amber the next day is like, oh, well, she says, she's like, it's good to live with Amber. Amber works and I go to school.
Right.
Amber's home, not at work. And she's like, why are you not at school?
Right. So next day, everyone's home.
Right. So she's like, oh, well, I dropped out of school because I had too much going on, like the Josh situation. You dated a guy for 4 days. Well, in her defense, she did have to move in and move out in 4 days.
Well, that's true. But last time she dropped out because of Kiefer. You know, she's always
now she
dropping
drops out because of Josh.
someone.
And now she has to
Mhm.
also, she said she has to drop out because she has to unpack.
So you can't go to one class because you have to unpack?
Mm-hmm.
That's pathetic.
It's a lot of unpacking. She has all those secret kitchen tables. Maybe she had a closet microwave.
I was going to say she probably, you know how many microwaves are in that girl's closet?
Also, I will say this.
Mhm.
I don't know where the rest of my notes from Janelle are, but they're definitely under someone else's.
Why? I don't think that they'll.
That's it?
The last thing I said is that she's gonna unenroll school because for
Yeah.
missing too many days, and she hasn't told Babs yet because Babs will flip out.
Oh, that's
and then she goes to meet Babs, and then she
Right. I don't have any notes on that.
Oh, Babs is sitting outside with Jace, and she says, "Oh, I withdrew," and Babs is like, "Okay."
Oh, okay. So maybe I
Yeah.
just didn't write it down.
Yeah, it was like because nothing really
Fair
happened.
enough.
She was like expected Babs to flip out, and she didn't.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Kale.
Okay.
Kale is back from her overnight trip to Texas, and her life has changed.
She is sold on Texas.
She's like, I went on an airplane.
I went on an airplane. I now live in Texas the way
Mhm.
Tracey lives in the Hamptons.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Just another reason why I'm like, oh, I can relate to this.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I could wholeheartedly relate to this.
This
I'm
is
like,
you.
I also have moved to Texas because I watched this episode.
So now you live in Texas.
I live in Texas. So Gigi comes over.
Gigi comes over a lot.
Mm-hmm.
She comes over with Subway.
And she's like, I think I want to move to Texas. And she's like, what about Joe? And she's like, well, Joe's going to be a rapper. He's going to be on tour. Okay. Well,
I mean, but that was pure sarcasm.
We all know that's not true.
She's like, well, he's not going to be able to see Isaac anyway when he's on tour. And it's like, girl, you know that's not real,
I know,
right?
but she's like, hey, if I could dream, he could dream. We could all dream.
She's just, I can't believe sometimes the things that she says. It blows my mind.
I hate that I understand.
I know. I am so not like Kale, and you can be like Kale in some ways.
Yeah.
In some ways, because she's definitely a little more removed from her emotions than you are.
Yeah. See, I'm a
Yeah.
little bit more emotional about it, but I will
Yeah.
tell you this. She saw our clip of us talking about her finding out that he was with V.
Oh, God. That was
And she
so
goes,
good.
did I say that about my butt? And I'm like, no, I made that up. She's like, oh my God, I was
so
watching it like,
funny.
did I really say that about my butthole?
No. Oh my God. That's what makes it even funnier. We just ran with it.
Yeah, I was like, that's something that I would say. That's why.
Yes.
So Joe is teaching Isaac to mix tracks with a cheese
With
doodle.
Cheeto. Oh, I was going to say a Cheeto. Uh-huh.
And she gets there to pick up Isaac, and he's like, how was Texas? She's like, Isaac would really like it.
Right. Like Isaac knows his ass from his elbow. You know what I
Right.
mean? Come on.
Isaac is eating a cheese doodle.
Right. Like he doesn't know. Oh, yeah. He's going to really benefit from going to Texas.
He loves Texas. You know what it is? It's the politics.
Well, that's what it is. He wants to be a politician.
He's like, I can't live in this swing state anymore. He's like, move me somewhere that they have their own grid.
Red, I tell you.
So, Kale's mom went to Joe's house. I don't love this. Do you love this?
I have so many mixed emotions about
this is why I have a problem with it.
Tell me.
Because she legitimately has her number blocked. Like, she doesn't want anything to do with Kale. She doesn't care if she lives or dies.
Yeah, but see, it's like, listen, Susie's terrible. I don't take her side.
Yeah.
But I think that Kale had a lot to do with that too. I don't think either of them are innocent.
Right, but then don't show up at Joe's house.
Listen, I don't know. I feel like I felt bad for Joe.
Yeah,
because,
Joe. No. Joe didn't know
Yeah.
what to do, and like he can't get in the middle of this.
Well, that's the thing. So it's like I understand why Kale was flipping out, but I think that she needs to put herself in Joe's shoes.
Yes.
Because what the hell is he supposed to do?
Well, that's what. Yeah, I mean, eventually they talk about that. So she was looking for houses in Joe's development.
Please. She was stalking Kale and saw that Kale was away. No
Your
way was she
your
looking
cat
houses
lives in
there.
your car with you. Relax.
But that's what I mean. Come on.
Relax,
Come
Susie.
on. Please, Susie.
So Kale goes to lunch with Mark.
Mark. Ugh. Scumbag.
And she said that she's mad that Joe let Susie see Isaac, but she's not necessarily mad at Joe. She's mad that her mom went there.
Well, that's what it is. I think she's more
Yeah.
mad at her mom. And I think she's mad that Joe, she wants people to just be like, okay.
Right.
And maybe Joe should have just done that. He should have just been like, okay, Kale. You know what I mean? Until she
Sure.
cooled off.
Right. And then like actually talk about
Yeah,
like hey,
yeah.
actually, like I'm on your side, but like
Yes.
I don't know, like what do you want me to say when she shows up?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So there was this bad buzzing noise in the scene, and I could not take it. I'm like, MTV, stop acting like it's 1917 and get your audio equipment together.
Tracey, I really don't have auditory problems. And I think that I've realized that while watching this, I did not hear one buzz. Not one.
The whole scene was bad noise.
Yeah, she calls her mom. I heard nothing.
No. There's an audio
I
problem.
heard when no, but that's what I'm saying. I didn't even,
No,
it didn't
well,
register in my head.
well, you're not very how do they say smart?
No, I don't have auditory problems. So like I'm better
It's
than you.
mm-hmm.
Those things don't bother me.
Sure,
I'm
Kel.
much more easygoing.
Sure, Kel. We'll talk about that later. So she calls Susie from Mark's phone and she's like, hey, why did you show up unannounced? And it's like, Kale, you don't
Right.
want someone that has you blocked to hang up on you. You can't come in hot.
Kale comes in hot all the time. She
You
doesn't
can't
know
come
how
in-
to play the game.
But she's going to hang up on you. This is not, I'm not saying she's wrong. All I'm
Right.
saying is you got to finesse the situation a little bit more. She's not a good finesser.
No, she doesn't know how to play the game.
Doesn't play the game.
No.
So she keeps hanging up on her.
It's so
Susie-
like my mom's calling, click. Oh my God, it's so funny.
Mhm.
Susie can't stop hanging up.
She can't stop. And then she said, quote, I don't have to ask for your permission and it's none of your business. And it's like,
That's not
gotta
the way I
tell
would
you-
go about it either.
I will say that I highly disagree.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you can't just see Isaac because you
Right.
want to.
Right. So, but the reasoning is where you lose me.
Tracy, thank you for saying this. Thank you for saying this.
Okay.
You weren't there for me. Why would you be there for Isaac?
Right. She's saying that he's going to get confused with his grandmother coming in and out of his life. And it's like, I didn't wake up. Listen, I know that your grandmother raised you,
Yeah.
but my grandmothers did not raise me. I did not see them every single day. I was not confused when I saw grandma once a month.
No, that was like me with my grandfathers. Okay.
You weren't confused.
Yeah. That's not like a parent or like a sibling
Right.
that goes in and out. I don't think it's all that confusing, but also Kale's like, my mom wasn't there for me. Why does she get to be there for Isaac? And it's like,
yeah, that's also like, no. That's not why. Just say, if you can't respect me, you can't see my kid. That's it.
right. Or you're a drunk.
You're drunk. You have substance abuse problems.
Right.
If you could prove to me
Mhm.
you're sober, you could have a relationship with me
Right,
and my kid.
It's not about any of that. It's about Kale still
Control.
has a lot of unresolved issues with her mom, and it's about control, which I get, but that's just not how I am.
Right.
Yeah.
So Gigi is gonna go watch Isaac while she talks to Joe because then when Kale comes home, Gigi will be there.
She's probably
she-
gonna sleep over.
She might sleep over. She got a perm, so
She looks good. She looks good. She has Chelsea's eyebrows though.
she has Chelsea's hairdo too.
Yeah, she does.
It looks like she went to Black Box Beauty or whatever. the hell.
Black. Oh yeah. What is it? The Rolling
Black
Hills.
Girl.
Black Hills. Black Hills Beauty. Rolling Hills.
So
Oh,
Joe's like, what do you want me to do? And she's like, you need to tell me when my mom comes there. And he goes, okay, I'll tell you when your mom comes here.
Right. What else are you gonna do? Okay.
Joe's like, listen, you should patch it up, but I know that's not going to happen. And she's like, okay, well, I'm going to move to Texas. And he's like, yeah, okay, great. You can move to Texas. I have to see Isaac every weekend. And she goes, you could see him 2 to 3 times a year. Shut up,
But it's
Kale.
it's because he has a girlfriend.
Of course it's because he has a girlfriend.
Until Kale meets a guy, this is how it's gonna be.
She's going to pretend move to Texas
I-
every day.
But then Joe goes, well, Isaac needs to see me more than I need to see him.
Okay.
What?
That was so funny. Now, I understand what he's saying.
I don't. Tell me.
Okay. So what he's saying is like, for the benefit of Isaac's development, he needs to see Joe. Meaning like, hey, don't do this for me. Do this for
Do this
like
for him. Okay.
right.
Right.
But the way he said it, it was like, I need you more than like you need me more than I need you.
that made me laugh. And I'm like, what a
That's
way
not
to
what
put
he
it.
meant.
He took the biggest mouthful of romaine at that point, and I'm like, I know somebody else who really likes
I
romaine.
love lettuce. Thank you,
Yeah,
Joe.
Tracy's a little rabbit.
I don't want to be with Joe though. That
No,
ship sailed.
I don't think it ever was in port.
You don't know. You don't know who I am. You don't know my life.
I actually do. Actually, if
Fine.
anybody knows you in your life, I would say it's me.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Uh-huh.
All right, moving on to Leah.
Oh God.
Okay, so Jeremy's dumb, right? Like he's
Okay.
just straight up dumb.
Tracy,
or what?
my first question is Jeremy desperate?
Okay,
Why is he like this?
I will tell you this: the
Yeah.
smirk on his face. I know that it's just always there.
That's just how he looks, I think.
I don't like how he looks. Then
Yeah, I do think Jeremy's a jerk.
he's such a jerk.
Yeah.
So Corey has the girls so she's gonna talk to Jeremy, and she's like, "So, were you worried that I was gonna cheat on you?"
Unbelievable.
What an opener!
it's like I like that she's like, well, you don't have anything to worry about for now or ever. It's like, I think you have a lot to
She's
worry
like,
about.
right now, Corey's not proving himself, so I'll stay with you.
Right. Why is he accepting this?
And he's like, good. That makes me really happy.
now they've only been together for like
3
couple of
episodes.
weeks, right? Like nothing.
I
Okay.
mean, they've been together for 3 episodes.
Yeah.
So Austin. Oh, and they talk about how Corey's messing with her head. So she has no responsibility in this.
But she is talking to Jeremy like that, like that's her bestie. Like, oh yeah, I went over there a few times and like I
Yeah.
wanted him to prove
railed
himself, but he's
me.
really not
Yeah.
right. You know they hooked
Oh,
up.
absolutely. 'Cause
Yes.
that's what Jeremy has to know, though.
Jeremy,
He's like,
yes,
did
he
you get it out
has
of your
to.
system?
Right. Like, okay, are you over it now? Do I dip better? You know? Whose dip is better, honey?
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Oh. So Austin goes to Corey's house and he tells Austin what he told Leah and what happened with Leah.
But and he's like, she wants me to prove myself. She wants
And
me
I'm
to
not
change.
going to.
And I'm not going to, so I guess I'll just move on.
What a clear head this guy has.
Tracey, those little girls, their little accents.
Oh my God.
I
they're so
love
cute.
you. Good night. I love you. I could have died. It was so cute.
It's like, who's raising
Oh
raising
my
these kids?
God.
I guess Corey. Well,
Oh
I guess
my
they
God,
both have
it's
pretty bad
so
accents.
cute.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So they go to the dinner with the kids.
Yeah. No.
What a nightmare.
It's like he wants this for what I don't know.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah,
So the kids are eating lemons. Hilarious.
Yeah, that's very baby Tracey.
Yes. So she was like, I think I need to move because I just moved and I think I need to move. I need to move because I just moved.
She loves him. And she bought this trailer. Well,
Yeah.
Lee and Dawn bought it. Right.
Yeah. So she's like, the babysitter drives 45 minutes. Leah,
Yeah.
where do you want to live, Leah? Where do you want to live? Where do
She
you want to live?
lives in
You
the
needed to
wood.
live closer to the physical therapist. So you move closer to the
Right.
physical therapist. Now, what is the issue?
I wonder how far she lives from Corey.
I don't know. She said she was moving so that Allie could get her physical therapy.
Yeah. And then
So it's like,
where
so
does
now what's the
Dawn
problem?
live?
Now we have
Right.
to move closer to the babysitter?
She doesn't. I don't know. She doesn't want to live where she lives, I guess.
Don't worry. Spoiler alert, you're not going to go to school anymore.
I know. Give me a break. It's like, well, I'm not going to school today because I have to look for a place. Okay,
right.
Janelle.
So her school is far away and she wants a bigger house with wood floors. So she wants to
Okay.
sell the trailer and she's going to house hunt with her mom.
Okay.
She finds a place, $725 a month. It's right in Charleston, and she tells Jeremy, and he's like, "Okay, I think we should move in together." And she's like, "Okay, cool."
She says, I love you.
She
They
says,
say I
the
love
kids
you
say
on the
the kids
phone.
say I love you.
No, I know, but she says I love you on the
They've
phone.
been in love though.
But I
They're moving in
can't
together.
take it. Right, but I expected that as soon as I'm like, she wants to get a place so her and Jeremy can move in together, obviously.
She wants to no, but this is what I'm telling you. She wants to get a place that Jeremy's gonna want to live.
Yes, but I do agree he's just gonna stay with her on the weekends anyway, and he's not there for 5 days a week.
No,
so
no. I agree too, but
Yeah.
she's doing it so that he'll move in with her.
Yeah, of course she is.
So his
But the
family
I love yous, man.
His family probably lives closer to Charleston.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's why. So it's like, just say it.
She can't.
Well, say it.
She is very if there is something I've noticed about the show, Leah is so dishonest.
She really is. I mean,
Yeah.
she's saying like, I have to get rid of this place because this was my divorce.
Mhm.
You got rid of this place so that you could get out of the place that.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh.
I think like Janelle, she's wild, but she doesn't really lie. I feel like Leah is so shady.
Very shady.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on to Chelsea.
Mm.
She hasn't spoken to Adam in a few weeks. And she's going to take
Wow.
her last practice test today. And it's math.
Mhm.
So Darla and Frankie are running around the yard. And she gets Frankie in. And she's laughing. And I think Frankie won't come in, right?
Frankie won't come in. Mhm.
Right. So Mary calls and she calls Mary, right? And she's like, Frankie won't come in. And she's laughing. She's like, oh, look at this fun game I'm playing with my dog in the street
Not fun.
where I can't ever catch him anyway because I have my
Right.
kid in my hand. So
And
what
he's
is
a
really?
puppy.
But you're chasing him.
Uh-huh.
You don't chase a dog.
No, of course not.
You wait for them to come to you. Okay.
Yeah.
So yada, yada, yada. It's dead. The husky got him.
This freaks me out.
I know. So Randy comes over and she plucked all of her eyebrows out of her head.
I mean, they are really null and void at this point.
They sure are. And Randy's like, did you call 911? And she's like, yeah, I called 911 and they told me that I should have had my dog on a leash.
Okay. They're not wrong.
So she didn't go to the test. So Erica comes over and Aubrey is prompted to keep asking, where's Frankie? Because Aubrey doesn't speak English because Aubrey is 4 months old.
Right. But it's like, where's Frankie? I don't think that's true.
No.
Uh-uh.
So Aubrey tells her to shut up. She gets a timeout.
But not even a real timeout.
And then we find out that she's going to take the math test. She passes it. She passes it with a 500, which is the lowest score.
I get it, though. Would not have passed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then we find out that she still has to take her math real test and science real test.
Yeah.
Noelle, what episode are we on? This is season 3,
episode
9.
Mm-hmm.
I have been waiting for her to get her GED.
Right.
For 3 seasons.
God, I have such a hard time remembering, but I do not think it was like this when I got my GED. And it was not too far from her getting her GED.
I don't know.
I never went and took all these practice tests.
But you also got your GED right away.
Yeah, I had to. I never would have passed.
So it's very different. So maybe you didn't have to take practice tests.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just feel like if you have like that book and you're studying and stuff, why do you have to go? Like if you don't pass the practice test, you can't take your GED.
Well,
is that a
maybe
thing?
because it's harder to schedule the real tests, and maybe you have to like. So maybe you can't just keep taking the real test.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, listen, I love Chelsea, but she's very unmotivated.
Very unmotivated. Now, also, Mary asked about Adam.
Why is she like this?
Mary is like a frenemy.
She's like, I haven't spoken to you in a few days. I don't know.
She's like, where's Adam? You haven't talked to Adam? She's like, no, Mom, I haven't talked to Adam. But then she's like egging her on. And then Chelsea's like, well, I don't know. Maybe he'll come back.
Then she's like, well, you look happier. And Chelsea's like, we'll see.
Because but Mary, stop.
Mary is the root cause of Adam. Yeah, it's really bad.
She's trying to prove to Mary that she could have a relationship with Adam.
Yes. But I mean, Mary, STFU about him.
Mary.
Yeah.
Zip your lip.
Zip it. Zip your throat.
Zip your tracheotomy hole.
Zip it. Sew it.
Put a cotton ball. Stuff it.
Stuff it. That would work.
Stuff it. Stuff it with a cotton ball.
Put a bunch of cotton balls in there.
Put every cotton ball.
All the cotton.
You're going to choke.
Yeah, I mean, it might not be great, but put something.
I'm so mad at her.
I know. I'm mad at her hair, too. Her hair is, both of their hair, so bad.
It's not good. It's really not good. All right. Well, we're going to be back next week.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be the best.
Make sure you join patreon.com. Make sure you're following the show at Teen Mom Podcast on Twitter, Teen Mom Trash Talk on Instagram. Noelle posts all the latest amazing gossip, and
I post reels too, like old clips from the show. Today I posted Bab saying that she put the itching powder.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
in Mike's clothes. That's so funny. It's like you forget this stuff.
Trash Talk Podcast on TikTok. Follow Noelle at Noe Girl on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And I'm at Tracey Chuzini, not Tracy. I'm at Tracey Chuzini on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. TraceyCarnazzo.com for all of my upcoming tour dates. I'm opening for Hannah Berner, formerly of Summer House. So check that out, TraceyCarnazzo.com. And you can find me in New York City. I have some random dates there. Check every week because I update it all the time.
Okay.
Tell a friend about this podcast.
Just one.
Write us a 5-star rating and an amazing review, and telling us everything you love about this podcast. If you want to join the group and talk about this podcast or the show, Teen Mom Trash Talk Podcast listeners on Facebook, the password to get in is besties, BESTIES, patreon.com/Trash Talk Podcast. Everything's right down there in the show notes, and we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.